Do I think that I'm better or know more than you? No. It's just that we are sick and tired of being counted like sheep for the slaughter.
For one, I can't believe it happened. Like, why would you arrest a 10-year-old kid?
A police officer interrupted her meeting. He caught her 10-year-old son, Quantavius Eason, urinating behind.
First of all, they should have never went ahead and arrested that child. But you see, that's what they do. They know if they could get them while they're so young and innocent and traumatize them and put them in the system, then that's another one that they don't have to worry about. Why would you want to go ahead and arrest a 10-year-old, give him a record, ruin his life?
Put your hands behind your back, Kevin. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I'm going to take you to jail.
See, stuff like that, guys, we have to watch. Because, see, we thinking that it's some strangers that's going around kidnapping our kids, and it might be people that you really know, that they think supposed to uphold the law. They get into them cars, and before you know it, these kids become missing.
Put your hands behind your back, Kevin. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I'm going to take you to jail. Okay? First of all, okay, listen to me. You have, none of this tear stuff. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Just look at this. They don't see a child because they look at us as 1/5 of a human being.
You have a right to have an attorney present while you are questioned. If you can't afford to hire one, the court will appoint you one. Do you understand that? Say yes or no. You do. Okay, let's have a seat in the back seat. So when you stop...
I don't know if this acting or not, but I would have beat the brakes off of her. But, just like I said, the system is not messed up. The system is doing exactly what the system is designed to do. They knew the outcome. They knew the effect that it would cause on this generation. They know that if they continue suppressing our people, it's going to trickle down. And what you see right here is the product of what they have designed. Because they looking at us as a threat. But the thing about it is that we continue sitting there allowing this to happen. Where's the outcry? It comes to stuff like this. Let me see if I can go ahead and read some of the article, guys, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is no joke. What you're doing is you are traumatizing these kids. But let me go ahead and read this article right here. I think that this is by Tarzan. I don't know what article is that, but it says a 10-year-old boy arrested for peeing in public. And the mom, Latoya Eason, said cops went overboard, which they did. And when they arrested her son, Quantavius, outside the League and Darby law office on August the 10th. So the mom, I think she was inside of a law office. She was handling some type of business. And right here it says she was visiting her attorney when her son committed the public indecency, some part of Mississippi. But that's a child. That's a 10-year-old. The child had to use the bathroom. So he went outside and he used it outside. It's nature. He's a child. All he had to do is just maybe, stop the child and say, don't do that in public. And I think that the child would have understood, probably would have said, yes, sir, and got back into his car. But no, they wanted to go ahead and make a big stink about it. And I just hope that, they don't let this go, because I'm pretty sure that that same cop went ahead and traumatized other little black kids as well. And then the thing about it, I had read not on this article right here, but I had read that several other cops came out. But what do you expect? Is in Mississippi. And right here it says Police Chief Richard Chandler said officer made an error of judgment. Yes, he did, when they put him in a squad car and took him to jail. A 10-year-old African-American child was reduced to tears last week after he was arrested and hauled off to jail for urinating behind his mother's car. And I'm pretty sure, that traumatized that child. That's going to stick in this child's head the rest of his life. And when he see cops, most likely he's going to be afraid. That is wrong, guys. You know good and well that is wrong. And they say right here that the cops had since apologized for their incident. And also, let me go ahead and say this right quick. I had read that they went ahead and fired him, but he's just going to go ahead and find another job somewhere else. And that's what they do, knowing they already had made the statement and did exactly what they wanted to do. And then they want to come across and apologize. Like I said, no apology no more. Enough is enough. That's exactly what they do. They want to, after they do their dirt, then they want to go ahead and apologize. No apologize no more. If I was the mother, I would go ahead and I would take action, because it's time for people to put a stop to all this old racist stuff that is happening, and especially when it comes to our young kids. I don't think that he would have stopped a little white young 10-year-old and took the child and traumatized him by putting them in a car and surrounded by all these cops and all these grown people. Come on, guys, make it make sense. And now all of a sudden you want to go ahead and apologize. It says right here the local sheriff now calling the arresting office action and error in judgment. They should be fired. Nowhere in the world they should be on the police force, because police are supposed to protect and serve. And as we know, from all the previous stuff that happened when it comes to our people, it's not getting better. If anything, like I said, it's getting worse, because what they are doing is instoking their racist behavior behind the badge. So let me go ahead and continue reading on. It says the child mother, Latoya Easton, said the August 10 arrest could have been easily avoided, and that the responding officer went overboard by carrying son Quantavius off to jail. She said she was visiting her attorney office when her son committed the public indecent infraction, which usually only warrant a ticket, and that's all they had to do. But like I said, they are trying to traumatize. They get our children when they are young. And was inside when the unnamed cop came marching into telling her what her son had done. It also says that the furious mom said the officer was at first going to let the child off with a warning, but had a change of heart once other cops came in on the scene. A lieutenant allegedly demanded cops take him to being hit with a statue for being left unattended. Wow, guys, like I said, this is a mess. This is horrible, because they know, they're a threat. But it's time for us to stand 10 toes down, because we already know what these people are all about and what their agenda is. And a Nigerian man has said here, I guess in Africa we piss anywhere we like or want to. That was so hard on him. Only warn him on that, not to jail him, Mr. Jailer. Damn, that's a lot. That was too much. And I would like to know, what did they do to those cops? Because that right there, that was an unnecessary arrest. But like I said, that's the type of world that we live in. But let's go ahead and move on, because if you think that's bad right here, let's talk about some news that had happened prior to the 10-year-old child that had urinated behind his mom's car, when a 12-year-old boy, yes, a 12-year-old young black boy, was arrested because he went outside to put the trash out. Now, like I said, guys, enough is enough. Make it make sense. Now, you going to arrest and traumatize these young black boys just because you feel like a threat, because you feel like big bullies? To me, that's what they are, a bunch of bullies. But let me go ahead and read the story right here, which I know you guys already had heard it, but you didn't hear it from me, okay? Right here, this coming from an article from the Shed Room, where it says that the 12-year-old has spoke out after being wrongfully detained by the Michigan police while taking out the trash. Thank God that the child's father was looking out to see all this stuff that was going on, because you don't know what could have happened. Like I said, guys, we have to be careful, especially when it comes to our young kids, because you don't know who are out there kidnapping our kids. We looking for suspicious people, but all the while, and I'm going to say a legend, but like I said, this is too much. But this right here, I guess the child is speaking out right now after they went ahead and they traumatized the child. But let me go ahead and read a little bit of this right here, guys, where it says that a 12-year-old boy who was wrongfully detained by the Lansing police in Michigan, is now speaking out. As previously reported, the police department released a statement after one incident went viral early this month. And that's the only reason why they're talking about it. Like I said, the things that they used to do, you cannot do it no more. Now, people are watching. They seen and they are exposing all this dirty work. So they need to just go ahead and go and get some kind of therapy, with all this racist stuff that they trying to hide behind the badge, because all they doing is pretty much is just going to cause these police departments to be sued. But I feel like, they need to go ahead and do a thorough cleaning, and get rid of all these racist people, because nowhere in the world, why would you go and stop a child when he's out there putting the trash out? Make it make sense. Just like stopping the child, you know, because he was urinating behind his mom's car. The guy had to release himself. I most likely he probably felt that was the only place to go. But right here it says that his Tashawn Bernard and his father Michelle Bernard sat down for exclusive interview with Good Morning America following the incident early this month. The 12-year-old explained when it happened, I was really shocked and frightened about like the situation and how it happened. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Instoke fear upon our young kids. And right now, I'm feeling just the same way, like just shocking how it came to the circumstances of what's going on. And you could tell, that this child is a very intelligent child, and like I said, with this generation, they're just not just going to sit down. They're going to expose all this stuff that's going on out there. It is enough, and it's time for our people to wake up as well, and stop letting these people continue to work overtime on us, rocking us asleep. And right here it says that Michael Bernard explained to the outlet that his son is a straight A student who wants to become an engineer. And see, they traumatizing this child. This child, he's trying to, get his education so he can be able to break down generational curses. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to stifle these people anointing. But like I said, no longer you're gonna continue doing the same things that you was doing before of your forefathers. Your sins have caught up with you. And also, it says he believed the situation could have worsened had his son panicked. Right here, the father said that I was so mad I didn't want to hear anything at this time and era in America. I was scared. All the stuff that been happening to all these young brothers out there, and we seen these racist cops, trying to go out there and bully these kids. That's just entirely too much, guys. And someone has said, all because he fit the description of just being black and minding his business, trauma. And I hope that they take action, get everything that rightfully due to them.
Put your hands behind your back, Kevin. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
But what they need to do is start hitting them in their pocket, going after their pension, their personal asset. And I promise you that these people, they're going to go ahead and they're going to think twice. They're not going to just feel that they can go out there and bully these kids, just because they don't have nothing else to do. But when you start hitting their pockets, they're going to start thinking twice. And that's exactly what they need to do. So, guys, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I'm not going to come live because every time I come live, it looks like I'm always in the matrix. I see right here, everything is clear. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just deal with what I'm doing right now. And if I come on live, guys, you're just going to have to deal with me and my hiccups. So on that note, guys, you all enjoy the rest of your day and be blessed. Peace out.